Hi, my name is James. I'm a knee, foot and ankle specialist, and today we're going to talk you through Asics' neutral shoes. There's some key differences between each neutral shoe, and it's not necessarily a traditional neutral shoe. We're going to break down the differences, and hopefully by the end of the video you'll have an understanding of which shoe might work best for you. So we've got three shoes in the lineup: the Asics Novablast 4, the Asics Nimbus 26, and the Asics Cumulus 26. So these are three of Asics' premium neutral shoes, but they all try to achieve different things depending on what you want to do with your runs, or some of them work well for walking, and we'll talk you through that as well. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the weight. So the Gel-Nimbus comes in at the heaviest at 303 grams for men's size 9 US. Then it's followed by the Gel-Cumulus, which is approximately 255 grams for the same size in the men's US. And then we have the Novablast, which comes in at the lightest, which is about 254 grams. So not a huge difference between the two, but definitely big differences in performance, and we'll get onto that later. Then in terms of the stack, on the Novablast, you've got 41.5 millimeters at the rear foot and 33.5 millimeters in the forefoot, giving you an 8 millimeter drop. You've got the same stack in the Gel-Nimbus, and then in the Gel-Cumulus, you've got 38.5 mils in the rear foot and 30.5 millimeters in the forefoot, which gives you an 8 millimeter drop. So you've got a slightly lower stack in the Gel-Cumulus, but all three shoes have an 8 millimeter drop. So then when it comes to the fit, they all have a slightly different fit. So the Novablast is known for having a nice roomy toe box along with the Nimbus. So they're a little bit tapered as it comes to the top, but still plenty of room in the forefoot for your toes to splay. However, we've always found in the Cumulus that it's slightly tighter and more tapered in the toe box. So you might find that you need a half size up. And also just keep an eye on the Asics measurements. Often they change slightly compared to most of the other popular brands, but definitely found in the Cumulus it's a slightly tapered and shorter fit. Then when it comes to performance, all three are neutral, but as we said, they do slightly different things. So if you're looking to do easy runs, recovery runs, you want to feel like you're walking on a cloud or running on a cloud, so it's super soft, then we'd look at the Gel-Nimbus. What you get with this is a slightly heavier shoe, but in return it's packed with cushioning. So it's got really plush, compliant cushioning, allows you to sink into the shoe, not much pushback, nice and comfortable, perfect for those recovery runs or for all day walking. Then in contrast to that, you've got the Cumulus, which is a bit more responsive, so it's still got packed with cushioning, nice and soft, but when we say resilient, it means that it pushes you back a little bit more, so it works a bit more like a spring. When you apply force to it, it pushes you back, so it gives you a little bit more feedback in your run, and you could definitely use this for some faster runs, a bit more up-tempo. Then finally, you've got the Novablast, which is more of a neutral performance shoe, so it's super resilient. So as soon as you apply pressure to it, it really springs you back. Perfect for up-tempo work, fartlek sessions, a great overall all-rounder shoe, and one of our favorite shoes on the market. They've all got extra degrees of stability, so that's why we've moved away from the traditional neutral versus stable shoe. So we classify them as a neutral stability shoe. How to provide stability is that two things. One, they've got a wider platform underneath, which gives you a bigger base of support. Then we've got some sole flare, so where the sole flares out beyond where your foot sits within the shoe, and that provides extra stability as well. In something like the Nimbus, it's got a posterior lateral heel bevel, so that means that it keeps you centered as you transition from heel to forefoot. And all three shoes have a nice heel bevel, so that means that you get a nice contact with the ground if you're a heel striker. A bit more aggressive of a forefoot rocker in the Nimbus than you get in the Cumulus. It helps with propulsion forward, and it's even more pronounced in the Novablast 4. So all around three fantastic shoes, but they do something slightly different. The Nimbus is soft, super compliant, really comfortable, a bit more responsiveness in the Cumulus, and then more of a performance up-tempo shoe in the Novablast. If you've got any questions on any of these shoes, please leave them in the comment section. If you found the information helpful, do like and subscribe to the channel.